Hey lovies, welcome to my channel. This is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing great on this Thursday, right? Thursday evening. Um, yeah, a little bit of a whirlwind of a week for some of us, I think. Man, why would you pick now to go scratching on the scratching post? Stop! Yeah, my cat making a bunch of noise in the background. But yeah, so anywho, this is a collective message. So this is also whatever comes out, just kind of, hey girl, my soulie. How are you, darling? I love you. I miss you. Hey Aya, how you doing, girl? Seeing some of my peoples coming in. Love y'all. Um, yeah, so for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, and I hope that you like what you see here. Decide to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell and that like button as well to help support the channel. And if you have been rocking with your girl for a bit, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. Love you guys so very very much. So like I said, this is just a I had a busy week this week, so like I have not been on since last week. I was like, I almost didn't go on tonight either, but then my girl Lati went on and inspired me to go on, so I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna read tonight. So I hate the fact that even though this is my account that I pay for, when I put it on the smart TV, then it has ads. I don't understand that. It's pretty stupid. But anyway, um, yeah, so this is a whatever comes out. I have a few decks here that I felt drawn to. One of them actually is my Fairy Oracle deck, which my Souli here, Caster River, who you guys need to check out. Highly recommended reader, amazing person. She's growing her YouTube channel, so check her out. Hey Lati, what's up, girl? See, all my people coming in. I love y'all. But yes, my girl gifted me these. And I really like this deck. I feel very connected to them. So this is one of the decks I will be reading from tonight. Um, so yeah, before I start talking too much and you guys lose interest, because I tend to do that sometimes. Um, yeah, so the first deck I'm gonna pull from is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And yeah, keep in mind that this is just a collective message. So if the messages do not resonate with you, it just means it's not your reading at this time. But you can still watch for entertainment purposes or just take the messages that do resonate with you and go with that. Um, yeah, so we'll see. um, as a matter of fact, I am going to pin. I pinned your message, Ali, so that way people can subscribe because you are great at what you do. And I really want to see you start going live and stuff on here. So, all right. So, with all of that said, my lovies, I'm going to shuffle this deck and pull a few cards from here to get the kind of the momentum going, seeing where you guys are at this time. So spirit, let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Here are some most accurate messages, please, and thank you. Two more shuffles. All right. Here and Now is on the bottom of the deck after I stopped shuffling. So it's kind of giving me, this is a time to really focus on the present. That's what I'm getting from that. Focusing on the present, not focusing so much on the things that have happened in the past, and not even focusing too much on the future. Because sometimes when we are so focused on um, what's to come or what we hope to come, what ends up happening is we develop a lot of anxieties and stuff that are surrounded by that. And it's like, if you're constantly focused on the past, you're dwelling upon stuff that you can't change, right? You can only focus on the here and the now, and then go from there. And even like, planning for the future, okay, you could plan, but there's unexpected circumstances that can take place that, might kind of shift and change things. And those are things that are out of your control. So I'm also getting people who like to be in control might be watching right now or end up watching at some point. So let me know if that resonates. But this is a time to not dwell so much on the things that coulda, woulda, shoulda, and focus on the what's happening currently. Um, Excuse me, throat chakra. Um, Tell us more. What's going on? I'm gonna pull maybe 3 or 4 cards from here to kind of just get like the baseline of what's going on with you guys. I want to keep the volume up, and then they put those stupid ads in here. I'm like, what the hell am I paying for it for if I have to watch ads? All right. First card out is chaos and conflict. So I heard the words push and pull. Push and pull. There's a lot of push and pull going on. And that push and pull might be slightly internal. Because again, if there's an energy of, having a hard time with focusing on the present and being there for the present moments of what's happening right now at this moment versus, again, the past or what you hope for the future, what you're planning for, so on and so forth. You kind of miss a lot of opportunities of just being able to just be, right? Take a deep breath and just focus on where you are right now. Even if something, seems so great right now, and then for some reason it doesn't work out in the future or something, like, don't worry about that. Focus on the here and the now, because that's going to cause you a lot of rift within yourself. And we don't want that, right? I just saw Lati said, girl, I'm a control freak too, Allie. Like, I've been working on it. I'm getting better with the whole, surrendering, letting go a little bit, right? It's hard. It's not easy. Lati just said, singing her best Janet Jackson voice, control. Yeah, exactly. Control. Um, Hey, Silver Man, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for being here. My right ear just started ringing like crazy, guys. Like, it's like good energy. Ironically, earlier my left ear was going nuts, and I'm like, there's something that needs to like be said. It might be like a hard message or something to hear or deliver. To be fair, it's giving me a sense of balance, right? And ironically enough, on here, the number is 38, which adds up to 11. Balance. It's like giving me like the justice vibes. Some of you might have Libra in your chart. But yeah, there's a sense of fairness here. I'm also getting temperance for some reason. That's not technically the temperance, but like it's just giving me that energy. Tempering yourself, right? Being able to just allow yourself to find that sense of balance and peace and harmony despite the circumstances that might be happening in your life. The things that are going on around us. Like Lati just had a great message about the fact there's a lot of shit that's happening, a lot of shit that's going down, especially here in America right now, in the world, really. But things that and now there's 7 people in here and 4 likes. That's up to 11 again. So it's like, we have to find a sense of balance and harmony somewhere. If we're going to control anything, control that part, right? Being able to be accepting of the things that we can't control, and knowing that everything will be fine. Finding that sense of security within self and knowing that you are safe. It might not always feel that way, but when you start to put your faith into something that's past and beyond yourself, that's when you start to see things kind of shift and change in that way. I got really hot out of nowhere. It's fucking winter. There's no reason that it should be hot. like I'm like, should I turn on a fan or something? I got like really warm all of a sudden, get clammy even. Weird. I'm not sick or anything like that. Finally feeling healthy. Okay, so we have a leg up. I just heard a leg up on the competition. So being a step up, going back to what Lottie said earlier, I'm telling you guys, y'all might want to check out her last live because that shit was on point. Um, a leg up on the competition, understanding that, to be unprepared is to be ill prepared. And there's a lot of shit that's going down that again is out of our control. So I feel like this is going to piggyback a little bit off of her reading. Hey Queen, what's up, girl? Great to see you. Great to see you. Let's get one more from here. So yeah, it's like, we got to be prepared for, and that's why living in the moment right now is so important, because the only thing you can do is focus on the here and now, right? So it's like, okay, well, we know that shit is kind of fucked up. So it's like, okay, start preparing, right? Um, don't don't get so worked up into the circumstances that we are in to the point where you start like having high anxieties and shit, because that's not going to help nobody either. Then you're not going to be of sound mind. So you want to keep yourself of sound mind by finding peace and balance and harmony within yourself, but also still being able to you know be equipped with using your knowledge and things of that nature to do what you need to do at this time. That's what I'm kind of getting. Um, and that would be really fucking cool. The mom, that would be so cool. All right, let's get one more from this deck. I'm hoping that this message is resonating and making sense. I saw 1144 when I looked up. Um, one more, thank you. And we have orphaned. All right, so orphaned is here. It's kind of giving me that, this is like, some of you might be feeling like a little bit isolated at this time. This might be a time of a lot of self-reflection or something, or just feel maybe a sense of abandonment. But at the same time, sometimes when, you have those moments of feeling isolated from other people, it could also be I heard the word therapeutic. It could be a therapeutic thing to have the moments of clarity that you need to focus on self. And as hard as it may be sometimes to, kind of pull back your energy from other people and work on yourself, focus on yourself, sometimes it's what's needed in order to, kind of help yourself grow and expand. Yeah, TikTok. TikTok, don't stop, gonna blow my speakers up. um, I heard times of the essence. It's like it's really that here and now. We keep talking about that. We saw the energy show up already, but like that here and now energy of just understanding this is the moment to really focus on self and understand the. I saw 1313 on the timer when I looked up, and the number 13 kept showing up in Lati's reading earlier. Um, yeah, between worlds. There we go. Right? It's you're emerging. I heard the word emerging. Emerging into a new version of self, moving on into a new direction. And it is isolating. And you are gonna have to take some time to yourself to focus on yourself in order to get to where you're trying to go. Um, and not only that, but just, to okay, they're giving me something, but there's like more than one thing at the same time. Bear with me. So, one part of what they want me to let you guys know is that sense of abandonment or loneliness that you might feel is so that you can strengthen your relationship with self. That's part of what they're telling me, and that's why the here and now is so important, because and like focusing on the present moment. Be present. um, Meditation for some of you might be really, really helpful because of the fact that that is all like mindfulness exercises and things, if you will. Focusing on mindfulness exercises might be beneficial for somebody because of the fact that that literally is all about being present. Um, Focusing on, breath work and things like that. Put your hand on your heart and just feel that life that's like going through you right now. That's these are things we take for granted sometimes, and we forget that power that we have within ourselves when we, we're always on the go. We're always like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's like, just take a moment to just be, right? And it feels good when you can do that. Like today, like I had a snow day, and that's what I did. Like I didn't turn okay, I lied. I was about to say I didn't turn the TV on. That's not true. I early this morning I did watch, or early afternoon I was watching Yellow Jackets. Really good show. And then I watched half of an episode of School Spirits. Great shows if you guys are looking for good shows to watch. And then I fell asleep, and I took a bomb ass like 2 hour nap. It was great. And then I was up for a little while just in complete silence, and then took another nap. So and I almost took a third nap. So like I did a lot of resting today. A lot of just time just like in the quiet, in the dark too. And it felt good. All that glitters is in the middle of the deck. All that glitters ain't gold, baby. um, but at the same time, it's like, while like sometimes, we might, how can I put it? We might find ourselves like trying to, tell ourselves that situations are, better than what they are. A little bit of realization is also important, like being able to say, okay, yeah, things are not necessarily the best, but at the same time, this is what's happening at the moment. So what am I going to do about it? Right? um, but then also still being able to remain hopeful for what is to come. I hope that I'm not like, because I know it sounds almost like somewhat contradictory. I think it's just the fact that, sometimes we have to kind of, what they say, like when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. It's like you take the circumstances that you're in and you do something with it. Transmute that energy. I don't know why I don't say it like that. Transmute that energy, and then you go from there. And then that's going to yield more positive results in the future. And it might not always be exactly what you want it to be, but guess what? God is always on time. And I definitely believe in a higher power, contrary to what some people might think. Oh, Tara, you're a bad person. Fuck out of here. My people know that that's not the case, right? So it's like, being able to, again, be present and just know that, like, there's always something higher than us that has been here and helping to keep us afloat. I heard the word afloat. Keeping our heads above water to go through the motions of life, and remain positive. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle this deck. This is the Fairy Oracle deck here that my girl Castor River gave to me. Love her, absolutely love her. Um, and she's not just an amazing reader, but she's an amazing person, and she is my soulmate, my bestie. So I have her comment pinned. She is starting to build her YouTube channel, and she's been reading forever, way longer than me. And I'm so happy that she's starting to work on this venture of hers, because she's going to really help like a lot of people with the messages that she delivers. So definitely check her out so she can get to the point where she's able to go live. But yeah, so I'm gonna shuffle 2 more times, and then I'm gonna pull maybe 3 or 4 from here, and then we're gonna pull from the tarot. Thank you. All right, so look at that. So remember I was talking about like that sense of like loneliness, isolation. We have solace here on the bottom of the deck. It says return to nature, tree wisdom, natural remedies, and flower essences. So this I feel like is saying, and this is just on the bottom of the deck right now, but this is going back to like what we were talking about before with the, abandonment, right? Feeling that sense of, or sorry, it says orphaned, but it gives me abandonment. um, it is a very isolating time for people who are going through, like, I'm getting dark night of the soul for somebody, at least one person who ends up watching this. really having to sit down with self and do that introspection and that inner work. And it's hard, shadow work, basically. Um, but there are things that you can do to help remedy that. There's time in nature. I know, like right now, like depending on where you live, you know, that might be more difficult for others than more difficult for some than others. But at the same time, there are always ways that you can still rely on nature to help you during this time. So like you could, you know, people who like to drink tea or make, you know, confirmation. Somebody might like tea. Um, tea, working with candles and aromatherapy, like things that you can still do at home that are still naturopathic and stuff like that. Um, if you can't really spend time outdoors, because like for me right now it's like slush and ice outside. I'm not going to the fucking park to hug a tree. That's not happening right now. You know what I mean? But like, you know, different things like that that can definitely help, you know, during this time. In fact, in the picture they're actually like in a forest, like spending time in nature. I know it's probably hard to see the picture, but like, yeah, she's like in a tree. And it's interesting because there's like a hole in the tree and she's in that hole. Almost looks like a vagina. Um but or a vulva. But like, you know, it's kind of, and it does say return to nature. Interesting. Almost I'm also getting like something about motherhood, whether it's your own relationship with your own mom or your relationship with your own children. I'm getting something like that. They're letting me, like they made me pay attention to that imagery for a reason. I'm getting something like that, so that might be important for somebody at this time. Relationship with mother or relationship with children. Mothering self, I heard. Nurturing self. If there's any like mother wounds at all, this might be a time to focus on that. That was interesting. All right, so that was just on the bottom of the deck, but it's building some type of momentum of a message here. All right, so you get like I said, maybe 3 or 4 from here. All right. This is what happens when you leave your glasses in the car. Gossamer Princess. Communication, relationship, work to be done. Interesting. So I just said that it's either okay. Getting a couple messages here. And I know that this is going to be different for everybody, so please bear with me. Um, so one message, and Allie, if you want to talk about this after this, let me know. But I'm picking up on something. And this technically was the deck that you gave me, so that could be why. Um, there's butterflies on this card. That's about transition. Um, and then as I just picked up on like the motherhood thing, there might be a message there. But for others, there's definitely something about communication that's really, really important. And not just communication, but, and it's ironic because Lati in her last reading, she was just talking about using one's voice. That was like the main like principle of that whole, or theme I should say, of that reading. There's something that needs to be said, and it's a message that's like not easy to deliver, but it's going to help transform something. I'm even getting, for some, it could be like your inner voice, like how you speak to yourself. I'm getting something like that. Like I said, it's gonna be different for everybody, so please, you know, take the messages as they resonate and leave the rest behind. Um, but that's what I'm picking up on so far. All right. Acorn's invitation. Touch, exchange, connection. Ooh, interesting. Actually, I don't think I've ever pulled this card before. I've used this deck many times. Um, phone going off at the same time. Now this is for somebody. This seems a little more specific, but for somebody, this might there might be something romantic for somebody also happening. Because again, this is a collective, so I'm gonna be picking up on a lot of different energies at once. For somebody, there could be something about, how can I explain it? Your intimate connection with somebody and needing to like talk about it or wanting to talk about it but being afraid to talk about it. It's very interesting. Hmm. Wanting to learn more about a person, perhaps. Yeah, like maybe trying to build your sense of, you know, and I heard the word encouragement within self, but also confidence of how to like maybe talk to somebody who you might be interested in or they're interested in you. I know like this it's funny because I ironically enough, um Lati just was saying like because he was doing like this really deep ass message and then all of a sudden like love came into it and it's like what the fuck is this? This came out of nowhere, kind of came out of left field, but that could be for somebody, maybe somebody who hasn't been like intimate or something in a long time and like now they're kind of like, you know, feeling like, ooh, okay, maybe I can entertain the idea again. Three graces. Cooperative ventures with friends, joy sharing, new partnerships that are fun. Interesting. Again, going back to Lati's reading earlier, I'm telling you guys, Lati, aka Tears and Wheat Tarot show, you might want to check out her last live because there's a lot of interconnectedness going on here. But yeah, there's something about connections, whether it's romantic or business or something like that. But there's also something that, yeah, because we have relationships, communication, relationships here again, partnerships, but then there's also like that romantic element there. So like for everybody's gonna look a little bit different, but um hey Tamasha, how are you? Bottom of the deck, what is this? Keeper of secrets. Use your discernment, confide in a trusted friend, keep silent about knowledge. So but it's in the reverse. This is, I think, a time where it's like it's almost like the people that are around you at this time are meant to be there. Like you don't have to gatekeep anymore. Like if you ever felt like you had to like keep things like secret or something like that, or you had to like, you know, clank clank romantically or something. Like I said, it's gonna be different for everybody. So please take the messages as they resonate. But it seems like there's some type of partnership or relationship in your life right now that they're kind of letting you know, like, oh, this is good. This is good. Yeah, see, look. So at the top of the deck it says, thank you for the confirmation, spirit. Scared to fly. The right moment, sensing out the right timing. So like this is actually your time to take a leap. A leap of faith. Towards, you know, partnerships that maybe you were afraid to kind of go towards. They're like your discernment and everything, your intuition is on point. Like you don't need to worry so much anymore. The gift, a present, an offer, nurturance, growth, and potential here in the middle of the deck. And the number there is 11. We were talking about the number 11 earlier. It says 47, but yeah, it adds up to 11. So it's like, you know, things are balancing out in your life, and it's like they're just letting you know, like, hey, we've seen all of the work that you've been doing, and now this is going to be the time for you to welcome in, you know, new partnerships in your life, whether it's in terms of work, friendships, like romantic relationships and partnerships as well, so on and so forth. You know, use your discernment, of course, but you know they're saying your discernment is on point, your intuition is on point, so don't sell yourself short, you know. And that might be why they're talking about the here and now. It's like, okay, you know, maybe if you're like me, maybe you're the type of person where when something's going really, really good in your life, you're like, oh, there's gotta be something about to be fucked up that's about to happen. And it's like, because of the things in the past, then you know, your anxieties and stuff start getting the best of you. And it's like, why are you like beating yourself up or like selling yourself short or like worried so much about, the negative stuff? How about focus on where you are right now, how far you've come, and then go from there. Take it a day at a time. All right, so we have, what did my girl just say? Aw, that's great. Look at that. So it's growing. That makes me happy. So yeah, we gotta definitely keep on pushing your page because like I said, like, or your channel rather, because like you're amazing at what you do. You've been doing this forever. So getting your voice out there and helping people, like, that's your gift and that's what you're meant to do. That's your calling, girl. Yeah, I'm all for it. So again, for anybody who isn't in the know already, definitely check out my girl Castor River. Her comment is pinned in the comments. Please go subscribe to her channel as she's working on building it. She wants to start going live, and she's been a reader for a very long time, and she's amazing at what she does. Very thorough and very direct. I'll tell you that too. Like I call her the shadow boxer. Like, she's gonna make sure you see your shadow and work on it. Okay, she's gonna shed light on that shit and then make sure that you understand how to balance that shit out, because you know I used to think I would have to kick my shadow's ass. Like, no, it's not about that. It's about integration, and that's what she helps you do. So, just saying. All right, so we have two cards that came out together. Crystal Magic, Creation, Dawn, and the Beginning. So new beginnings coming in. I love that. Love to see it. Love seeing it. Um, and it came out along with Shimmer. It says, and this card came out before, but now it's officially on the spread. Glamour, confidence, allure, and charisma. I like that. I'm also getting that this is a time to be more confident in yourself when it comes to the things that you're trying to work on, things that you're trying to work towards. Because if you've been like kind of having a hard time with um, finding a sense of confidence in yourself when it comes to, say, making a decision or something along those lines, like, this is a time to really allow yourself to give yourself that credit where it's due, and not be so hard on yourself. Stolen in her sleep, unaware, unconscious, and unawakened. Again, going back to what I was kind of saying, not giving yourself enough credit where it's due, because this is accompanying those other cards that we just saw. So I don't think you guys realize how amazing you truly are. And this is definitely a time to just, really hone in on that. It says, top of the deck, story keeper. Tell your story. Legacy, write your wisdom. Again, Lati, girl, we are so locked in, because this is going to be a time for a lot of people to use their voice, which we talked about already, to tell others about their stories and what they've been through, so that they can help the next person. Each one teach one. And this is definitely a really opportune time for you guys to understand that you have so much more to offer the world than you think. So much more. And Solace is here again in the middle of the deck. So they're like, take this opportunity right now to do like that inner work. Keep working on those things. The confidence, right? The building upon that. And I'm sorry, guys, I really trying to avoid this, but it's Thursday. No, I always have an opportunity to, or find an excuse to take a shot. I'm not even taking an actual shot. I don't take shots on here, but a sip of a nip. Shit, we grown, right? Y'all might have y'all little whiskey or something going on, or some wine. Actually, I bought myself stuff for mimosas because I knew I had a snow day. Got some stuff for my job. I didn't even drink any of it. I was like, oh, damn it. Today would have been the best fucking time. But no, I slept in mostly. I was tired. But yeah, so I'm going to read from the tarot now. I'm trying to think. Do I want to do a spread or do I want to just do a whatever comes out? I think I'm going to continue with like a whatever comes out kind of thing going on here. Kind of like where it's going. And if you guys have been resonating with the messages, let me know in the comment section. Yeah, keep on watching. If you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely hit that subscribe button and that like button, notification bell. Others of you who haven't done so already, the pinned comment there, which is my bestie Pastor River. She's building up her YouTube channel. She's an amazing reader. You will not be disappointed. See how that phone went off at the same time? You will not be disappointed. She's amazing at what she does. Definitely subscribe if you haven't done so already. All right, so bottom of the deck right here, we have the Chariot. So you're moving past, things. Some of you might be physically moving. But yeah, moving really, really quickly past, things that, you've worked on, things you've overcome. A lot of success and victory here. Upward and onward is what I'm getting with that. And it's on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, moving on past, different things that, have occurred in your life. I saw the tower as I was shuffling like 2 or 3 times. But yeah, so let's see what comes up as the first card out of here. What else does the collective need to know at this time? All right, Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior, right? Somebody who's been through a lot of stuff, seen a lot of things, and your guard might be kind of up because of it, you know what I mean, which we did see, that energy before of, there's people in your life who you want to welcome in, or they're saying like, hey, this is a time to allow people into your life, whether it's friends, lovers, whatever. They're just letting you know, like, you've been through a lot of stuff, but at the same time, you've done the work, or you at least started working on it, and this is the time to start welcoming people into your life and just be discerning. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't allow yourself to dwell on the past, and don't, tell yourself, these ill-fated like things in your mind already before anything even happens. Like, oh yeah, well, it's gonna go like this. It's like, if you already catastrophize everything, then that's how it's gonna go. You know what I mean? Because that's the energy you're welcoming, right? We have Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. It's giving me like, there's things that are here that you're about to start to be able to receive, but don't block your own blessings is kind of what I'm getting with that. Tell us more. Yeah, don't block your own blessings. Especially not out of fear. Six of Cups is here. Yeah. Maybe fear of the things that have happened in the past. It's like, yeah, that's exactly it. So like you've become almost like hyper vigilant at this point. Yeah, that's what it is. You're hyper vigilant now because you've been through so much, and it's like you're trying to shed it, but you're not quite sure how to do it. So now you're very, very like observant of everybody, which I'm not saying you shouldn't be. Absolutely should be. But at the same time, like, don't build up a wall that's so high that nobody can get through or over. Like, that's not fair to other people, right? So just being able to, be discerning, but don't be such a tough ass that you push everybody away. It's kind of what I'm getting. So it's more. I just heard a love in your heart. We have Page of Wands. So there might be some communication getting ready to come towards you about something. We did see a card about communication, ironically enough. And this card I'm kind of putting on top of that. Yeah, communication, and then we saw like connection. So it's like I'm getting more than one message from that, but I heard communication is key. But I'm also getting, aside from communication in and of itself, This is good communication. This is something positive, good news. I'm also getting remaining optimistic too. Yeah, because again, you guys tend to over analyze a little bit and you see, yeah. See, the thing is like, this is the stuff that could come towards you, right? Ace of Pentacles, love it. So you might be getting even news about work related stuff or finances. Moving on, might be moving for a job or something like that. The Chariot is here again. Um, but then we have this Page of Swords here, which is about research. It's about paying attention. It's about watching something. In this case, I think it's more about you guys being hyper vigilant. And I think it's just the fact that you guys have been through so much stuff. You like, yeah, a lot of conflict. So it's like you're trying to move past that stuff. A lot of people might have played like mind games with you and stuff like that. Might have been, like in a relationship or a marriage or something like that. But the thing is, it's like that was then and this is now. So yeah, let me know if it's making sense or if it resonates. But they're just saying, remain optimistic and don't overthink it. Allow things to kind of just happen as they may. This is definitely about surrendering control. I think that's like the main premise of this reading right now. Surrendering control. And yep, we're still live. We're still live. I'm gonna go on a little bit longer, and then probably eat some dinner. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Everything I just said. They're like there you go. Ace of Swords. And then also what came out with it was the Four of Wands in the reverse. So for some of you it could, and I was saying, like I was picking up on like maybe like love or something, but something on a foundational level happened that made you have to see things from a new perspective. And even though like I'm saying new perspective, which is kind of like the hangman energy, but that's what I'm picking up on. It's like having to see things with a new set of eyes basically and say, okay, it is what it is. I have to see the truth for what it is about, people around me and things like that, or a person who, might have, made me feel a certain way or whatever. Like I said, on a very foundational level, it could be even like family, um, having to see things for what it is. But the reality is, it's like you can't shut everybody else out because of what some people have done. That's not fair. Easier said than done, I know. But I feel like this is something that you guys are I think you're knowledgeable of this. You know this. You're working on it. Got the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, the Death card here on the top. So it's like you guys are aware, you know. And there's 5 people in here and 8 likes adds up to 13. Um, that was definitely a big what's the word I'm looking for? That was like a big theme in Lati's reading earlier. If you guys want to check that out, Tears and Wheat Tarot show. That last reading she just did, that last live was on point. But yeah, for some of you, it could even be like your friend group. Just understanding that there are certain people that you had to kind of and these would be people you knew for a long time. You kind of did something shisty or something like that. But again, you cannot have everybody else be accountable for something that is not their fault, because that's not fair. Um, because you're gonna end up shutting out people in your life who can, bring something really, really great to the table, but you're not allowing them to, you know, come in, right? If you start pushing everybody away, that's gonna make you feel very isolated now, isn't it? We were talking about that sense of isolation a little while ago. Yeah. So we have the Judgment card here. So definitely practicing a sense of your again, going back to your own discernment, right? Being able to make final judgment calls. We also have the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, maybe part of the reason why you're concerned and stuff about all this, like the people around you and that type of thing, is because maybe people, okay, let's put it like this. Let me rewind. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very giving, right? She's also very abundant. So maybe you guys have given so much of yourself to other people, the abundance that you've had, and we're not just talking about finances, we're talking about just across the board, the love that you give, the energy that you put out there for other people. And then you have people who take that for granted and take advantage. And then it makes you feel like, well, shit, like, how, what am I supposed to do here? So now there's this wall built up where you're like, okay, well, I don't know if I can trust anybody. But that's, I think, what one of the biggest lessons here is like, yeah, learn how to also trust yourself, your own discernment, right? Your judgment. Because if you're constantly living in the past and saying, again, oh, well, my discernment was always faulty or fucked up in the past, I can't trust my own self. Well, if you can't trust yourself, who can you trust? And then that's gonna make a fucking loop. Right? Of you constantly feeling like, okay, well, if if I've been my own worst enemy this whole time, then how can I trust anybody else? You're gonna feel like you're gonna keep repeating the same lessons, but that's what they're trying to like kind of tell you right now. They're like, give yourself some grace. You know, you've learned some hard lessons, valuable lessons about, you know, maybe overextending or something, whether it's friends, family, work, you know, romantic relationships, so on and so forth, whatever that looks like for you. But now this is the time to trust your own intuition when it comes to welcoming people into your life, is really what I'm getting here. Don't block your blessings. There's new opportunities that are about to come in towards you that you can seize. Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And these are relationships that could possibly be very, very rewarding. We got the Six of Pentacles here again, top of the deck here. You know, these are relationships that could be very, very rewarding and equal give and take. I'm also getting, you know, obviously, you know, use your discernment, right? Like, take the lessons that you've learned and apply them when applicable, and don't let nobody breadcrumb you. You know what I mean? But you know, you know what's what. You know, 46, 46. As I said that, yes, and this is after some major tower moments. So I was getting Dark Night of the Soul kind of energy before, and I'm feeling it even now. Let's get maybe one or two more from here, and then I'll pull from two more decks, and that'll be the end of this reading. I hope that you guys have been resonating with it. Um, I definitely been enjoying delivering this message. It's a good one. See, here we go again. Here I go again on my own. Looking down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to roam alone. But I made up my mind, not wasting no more time. Here I go again. Some of you might really, really, really like White Snake and David Coverdale, right? Yeah. um, yeah. So like we got the Seven of Wands here. That's about being defensive. That's about like kind of like, you know, standing your ground, which is again not a bad thing. I heard the word boundaries, maybe setting healthy boundaries with people, but not so high. Like, look at the difference, right? They're both in a very defensive pose, right? If you look at the pictures, that Knight of Wands was the first card that came out for the tarot, and then the Seven. At least in this one, like, you know, she's definitely like, you know, standing her ground, protecting herself, but she's looking at it from a different perspective than this person. This person is like, ooh, I'm gonna like hide back here. This one's like, okay, like, you know, show me, nigga. Like, what's up? You know, the other one's like kind of like a, you know, damn, almost, I heard damsel in distress. It's like, it's wounded warrior. It's like, you know, I've been through so much shit, and now I'm just like so like, I heard shell shock too. That's an interesting word to use. Um, but yeah, so like hyper vigilant that, again, like you build this wall up that's so like impenetrable that nobody can get there. They can't get past it. So therefore, too high to get over, too low to get under. It's like a catch-22 for anybody who wants to try to like build a relationship with you in any way or shape or form. Now, from her stance, she has like an overview of who's around her. She's like, okay, I'm protective of myself, but at the same time, I can kind of see the ones who I need to ward off versus the ones who actually, you know, I can kind of fuck with. You know, I hope that makes sense. So it's like, it's really just about being able to, again, definitely protect yourself. We're not saying be like a fucking doormat. It's just about being able to know who's who, and being able to be cognizant enough to know the difference. Yeah. Stand up on business too with that shit. Queen of Wands here on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Not playing no games, and that's okay. You know? Knight of Wands, seizing opportunities with passion and fast moving energy. I'm also getting a separate message though. I will say that. Could be like an ex who, slaying some things around, and you have to be defensive of that person. Understood? Because we did see something about like that past energy, and that I'm just realizing that was all the energy around this is all wands. This person could have fire in their chart, or maybe you do. But yeah, you close out that cycle, and that's why the chariot showed up. You close out that cycle, and that's why you're moving past it, right? So there's nothing wrong with being defensive to an extent. You just have to make sure that you know the difference of who's who. You know, you don't want to miss out on great opportunities with great people because of the fact that there's the fears that are associated with, the people coming towards you and things like that. Trust me, I'm telling you as somebody with like that experience, like, you just don't want to do that to yourself or to other people. Six of Wands. Stand on that shit. Success and victory is yours. So just understand that, once you kind of understand and conquer this, that's when you're going to start seeing a lot of new things coming towards you. Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Like for some of you, it could be love offers. Um, yeah, look, your happily ever after could come from all of this. Ten of Cups on the top of the deck. It could literally be like marriage and family and all that, or it could just be like literally like things that have been things that you wanted for so long that really bring great happiness to your life. Um, yeah, so again, using your intuition, the High Priestess here. Some of you might be spiritually gifted yourselves. Some readers, I know there are readers here. Others of you, again, could be very, very gifted, very intuitive or something like that. Um, but they're definitely just saying, you use your intuition, like it's there for a reason. Listen to it, but just don't, allow the past to be the thing that kind of clouds your judgment here. Let's see. I'm gonna pull from two more decks, and then that will be the end, and I'm gonna eat. I'm hungry again. Um, it's like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna be hungry again. No, I'm hungry now. Every time I read, I feel like I get so hungry afterwards. For other readers, does that happen to you guys too? You get really, really, really hungry? I either get really hungry or I get really cold after I read. Like freezing. Where I have to like wrap myself up in a blanket. So I'm gonna read from here. And get maybe 3 cards. And then I'm gonna read from one more deck after this. Again, I hope that you guys have been enjoying this reading. I hope that's been resonating. Um, and yeah, I'm really appreciative of you guys for being here. You guys are absolutely amazing. And yeah, just always so grateful for you guys for, tuning in and, being a part of the tribe. You know what I mean? All right, so we have courage, and ironically enough, again, Lati was talking about a lot about this earlier. Just saying, it was in the reverse. It says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So a lot of this is fear based. This was in the reverse. So that means there's special attention to be made to this lack of confidence that you might be experiencing within yourself. They really want you to see more of that within yourself. And we saw that very, very, very early on in this reading. And it's a theme that keeps on reoccurring. So I'll get maybe, like I said, maybe 3 or 4 from here. And then pull for one more deck, and that'll be the end of this. We have indecision again in the reverse. So any cards that come out in the reverse typically means that either the deck is in the reverse or, which could be the case, I saw pride too, or it could be saying there's emphasis on those particular themes. But we have indecision here. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So basically, this is a time to become more decisive, right? More concrete about the things that it is that you want. Um, and making those hard decisions that you might not necessarily want to make, but that need to be made. Just get 2 or 3 more from here. Yeah. Loneliness. Can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. It's all coming back full circle. I know that I'm never alone. Remember, I was talking about this might be a time where you guys have been feeling very lonely, isolated. Just know that, in your own company, you're never truly alone. And when you understand the lessons that have needed to be learned at this time, which one of them I think is just being able to be mindful of the company that you keep, the people that you allow to be around you, you're not as alone as you think. So just pay attention to the people that are coming into your life and what their purpose is going to serve when they come around. 5555 when I looked up. So you might be seeing the number 5 a lot in that, and like close succession with each other. It also represents major change. So, that might be one of the big things that they want you to work on. Like, you've been feeling lonely because you've isolated yourself, you've bottled yourself up. I just heard what's her name, Sarah Bareilles, bottle it up. Um, check that song out if you it's an old song, but like very old now. God, the song's probably almost the same age as my son. But yeah, I don't remember all the words anymore. It was like in like a lot of commercials and stuff, but a good song. Love, as I'm saying, love, 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 love. So love might be one of those things, right, that have been kind of scary for you. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So maybe for some of you, that's part of it right there. Love. That I really strongly suggest. I think that might be a channeled message there, a channeled song. Bottle It Up by Sarah Bareilles. You might want to check that song out. If you never heard it or you don't know the lyrics or whatever, I might post it as a channeled message after this. But get one more from here. So that might be one of the things that you've been wanting for a long time and scared to welcome in because of the past. Perseverance. This actually was the card that was on the bottom of the deck before I even did anything, before I shuffled or anything. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Yeah. That willingness, right? I heard the word grit, to do anything that you set your mind to. Go after what it is that you want. Let go of the worry. There's a reason why it's in the reverse. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Exactly. Everything's coming back full circle. Everything I just spoke about since the beginning of the reading is all coming back now. Wow. And death. Yeah. This is an ending. We saw the death card in the tarot too. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. Exactly. Wow. Middle of the deck. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Perhaps, in the past you put all the emphasis on other people and things like that, or you overly blame yourself too. I'm getting more than one message on that particular card because maybe sometimes now I'm cold. Some of you guys might, blame yourself for things that are not your fault. And then there might be other times where you have a hard time accepting responsibility or accountability, which nobody wants to ever really do that, right? That's never really fun. But at the same time, it's a part of growth, being able to acknowledge things that you could have done differently and things like that. It's a part of the growing process. So Oh wow, Lati, that's crazy. Wow. Shit. Connected. All right, so my lovies, these are gonna be the last messages, and then that'll be the end of the reading. I really hope that you guys resonated with this. If you did not already subscribe, please do so. Hit that like button and that notification bell, all that good stuff, so that we can continue to be connected and you can be aware of when I am live or when I post. I'm trying to be on here a little bit more, and I am going to be doing like free stuff and things like that, giveaways and things like that. So just saying, this is a fun place to be. I read about all types of different stuff. You know, some are a little more heavier topics, and then some stuff's like more fun and lighthearted. So, yeah, a little bit of everything on this channel. All right. So, bottom of the deck, we have diligence. Um, I think this is just a time for you to remain diligent in the circumstances of your life, things that are going on, things that, might, be, my nose just started itching like crazy. Being able to remain focused throughout all the stuff that might be coming towards you, especially because the right side of my nose just started itching like crazy. Um, that means that's like this is like upcoming stuff. They're like just remain diligent, I heard the word purposeful. Um, Keep on serving your purpose at this time and living your purpose. That's what they wanted me to say. So let's get like 3 or 4 from here, and that'll be the end of this reading. Trust the process. I remember I was talking about trusting yourself too, right? About you might have had these little, I heard the word faux pas, some faux pas, right, in life where maybe you didn't make the best judgment calls and things like that. But again, it's a part of the journey. It's a part of the growing process. Like, you're not going to be able to truly become the version of yourself that you're meant to become without trials and tribulations. It happens. It happens with your relationships. It happens with your relationship with self. It's really just life. And understanding that, it all serves a purpose. It allows you to live in your purpose more. So just keep that in mind. Let's get 3 more from here. Potential. Your potential, this was in the reverse technically. You have unlimited potential. There's no cap, right? But if you tell yourself that you can't do something, or you tell yourself that, oh, like circumstances limit me from doing this and that, easier said than done. Trust me, because I do the same thing. So that could very very well be a message for myself. But like, when you understand that everything in your life that's happening, there are ways to get out of them, out of those circumstances. Again, easier said than done. It's not easy. Nobody said that. But when you work on your manifestations, when you work on rebuilding yourself, when you work on the parts of yourself that are not the prettiest parts of yourself, to keep on growing and expanding, that's when you're going to see changes. So it's really just about being able to pinpoint where those changes need to be made, and then go from there, go and grow from there. um, but don't sell yourself short. Don't keep telling yourself, oh yeah, I can't do this, I can't do that. I know it's hard, trust me. And I have to, like, this is my higher self speaking right now, and it's speaking to me as well. It's hard. I get it. Trust me when I tell you, I understand. But this is what they want this message right now to be. This is how they want it delivered. They're letting you know, stop selling yourself short. You can do so much more than what you're telling yourself you can and can't do. Some of you are meant to be leaders. Step into some type of leadership role and really, really help other people. Thank you, admins, or moderators rather. But yeah, this is a time to step into a leadership role. Um, Maybe you don't give yourself again enough credit for what you can do. You're meant to lead the pack, or the pack rather. You're meant to like really, really like help other people at this time. Forgive yourself. Lati, come on now, girl, because these came out together. This was in the reverse. Um, Part of stepping into this role for yourself though is also like, because like you have to also take this sense of leadership over your own life, right? It's kind of giving me like you have to practice forgiveness for yourself and be able to say, okay, you know what, there are things that I've allowed to happen in my life, right? I beat myself up too much. I have to forgive myself for those different things now and how I responded in those circumstances, and it's okay. We all make mistakes. We all have to keep on growing and learning. So at the end of the day, when you practice that sense of forgiveness for yourself and others, that's when you're able to kind of take ownership of your life and yield new results, go in a new direction. So just keep in mind that, that's really what they're trying to guide you to do here. Um, I heard the word autonomy. So, this is about autonomy over your life. You know, you rule this shit, nobody else. And we have gateway here. So there's a gateway that's being open for you when it comes to your life. But don't sell yourself short. Don't make blockages in your own life that don't need to be there. Um, Understand that you can get in your own way, and it will make it very hard for you to have your own wish fulfillment in your life if you keep that shit up. But yeah, miracles can happen. You are a fucking miracle, god damn it. Give yourself some credit. And thanks, Lati. I appreciate that. But yeah, and Lati, look, what's the last card? Flow. Were you talking about that? Going with the flow of life. And it brings us right back to what we were talking about, the here and the now. Spirit has spoken. I throw up my hands. So wow, that was a really good reading. I'm happy I went on because I was like super tired earlier, and I got inspired to go on. And you know my girl Lati, I watched her reading earlier, so I'm definitely telling you guys, check out Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. Check out the pinned comment for Caster Rivers channel, which is like my bestie, my soulie. These are all people who are part of my soul tribe, who I trust with my energy. um I Inspired Tarot, she was up here too, so check her out as well. All great readers, great people. You will not be disappointed. And I thank you guys for the continued support and for always being there, being a part of my tribe and helping me when it comes to things I go through, helping me grow. Um, Very appreciative. And I'm also appreciative of all of you guys who did stick around or who end up watching later. I hope that I can continue to, help inspire you guys to, keep on pushing to, work on your self betterment and everything that comes along with that. That the journey is hard. It's not easy, but together as a collective, we can make it happen. So, with all that said, I love you guys so very, very much. And yeah, until next time, which might be Saturday, maybe. We'll see. I'm not gonna make any promises because I have some things I have to do. But I'm gonna shoot for Saturday. I'm gonna shoot for Saturday. With all that said, I love you guys. Have a great rest of the week. And yeah, until next time, I love you guys.